We are here back on Arc, Florida.
That's right. And we are talking back to school. Of course, it's an exciting time for kids, but for some it can be stressful. There can be anxiety as well. So Andrea Valelli is joining us here to help us navigate this back to school stress. So let's talk about how parents can help their kids get ready.
Yes. So parents can help their kids by leading by example, by being supportive, by listening. So often, we're judging things, we're listening to our kid, but we're thinking, oh, they should be thinking that, and why don't they do it this way? Just by being a sounding board without any judgment is the most powerful way that we can support them. And then we can guide them in a different direction. We can guide them to see opportunities. A lot of times when kids are stressed, we want to say to them, well, what do you want to ask them, what are you stressed about? And well, what if that's not true? You want to start questioning them, because a lot of times we get ideas in our head and they're not even true, So imagine, then you can say to your child, well, how would you be? What would it feel like if you weren't stressed? Just imagine that for a moment. You want to let them play, use their imagination. And then it's like, okay, well, go into the situation. That way, go into the situation, who would you be without that story? Imagine how empowering that is to say to your child, well, who would you be without that story? Well, I'd actually feel pretty good. I would be confident. I'd be comfortable. I'd be okay. Well, go for it. Go for it, right? Because the only thing that gets in our way are the stories that we ruminate in our mind.
Yeah. I think that's such a big thing, too, is that back to school stress can be all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
It can be being upset about the end of summer. It can be about the change of the schedule, having to get up again. It's about having being worried about new people or new teachers. So understanding what it is that is stressing out your kids, I think, is so important.
Yeah, you want to talk to them and you want to let them know it's okay to share, because a lot of times kids are nervous because they feel like, well, I don't want you to judge me about this, or I don't want you to think poorly of me. You want to let them know, listen, whatever you say, this is, you have the platform, you have the stage, and it's all okay. I love and support you. And you really want to listen with ears that are supportive, because a lot of times our mind starts running stories. Well, they should be thinking this way, or, let me tell them this. So we're almost giving them the answer without even letting them finish. You want to really give them that space and be open to what they're saying and sharing, because it's how they feel. So you want to honor that. And then we can have an opportunity to redirect if need be.
I feel like kids are facing so much more pressure nowadays, as they go back to school, especially teenagers.
Yeah.
But I feel like, it's probably important to let them know it's a fresh start every year, you can't fall into that pressure.
Yeah, it's a clean slate. Like, imagine knowing, oh wait, this is a blank canvas and I get to create what's on my canvas. How gorgeous is that?
Yeah,
and
that's
that's the opportunity we have.
That's really beautiful. And I think it's important to know too, having the self-realization of knowing that you're stressed out is hard as an adult, right? Knowing that the way that you're acting is being affected by the stress that you're under. Kids certainly don't understand that, right?
Right.
And sometimes it's hard for a parent to say, well, why are you acting this way? Well, a lot of times it's hidden stress, right? You've got, as a parent, have to understand, well, wait a minute, let me cut them some slack right now, because they're stressed out and they don't even know about it.
Exactly, yeah. And they feel, if we're stressed, they feel that stress too. And a lot of times, again, they have these stories in their mind that they have to live up to something. Maybe they have an older sibling that they have to live up to. There's so many different things that can be running through their mind. So you want to give them the opportunity to talk about it. And then, question, well, is that really true? Because a lot of times it's not. And a lot of times there's different ways that we can look at a situation to open up opportunities to start feeling better and more confident and comfortable in our own skin.
Real quick, before we let you go, any advice for the parents? I know the kids are going back to the classroom, but, it's a stressful and busy time for the parents, too.
Yeah. Be supportive and allow your kid to be who they are. So often we want to tell them, go into school this way, tell your teacher this, sit next to that kid. No, let them figure things out. Let them figure things out on their own. The more confidence you have in your child, the more confidence they have in themselves, because they feel your energy. They feel if you're worried about them, and they also feel if you're confident in their own skills. And that's what we want to do. We want to show them, you know what, I trust you. I trust your inner genius, because we all have an inner genius, and that's what we want to focus on.
Andy, great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Speaking of stressful jobs this time of year, superintendents coming up next. We're going to sit down with Mike Burke, the superintendent of Palm Beach County Schools, as he gets ready for the start of the school year. Don't go anywhere.